Ladies and gentlemen, I have something worrying to let you know about. McDonald's is using a hypnotic language pattern on you every time that you order. What's up, everyone? Today, I'm going to be talking about that language pattern. So first of all, I want to welcome you to another episode of Unconscious Communication Secrets with myself, Muneer Al-Busaidi. And today, I'm going to be talking to you again about hypnotic language patterns. And today, I'm going to be covering a hypnotic language pattern that McDonald's uses on you every time that you order. In fact, if you're a parent, you may also be using this language pattern on your children. Yes, it is a hypnotic language pattern. So, first of all, what am I talking about today? We're going to be talking about alternates of choice when it comes to hypnotic language patterns. How do you create an alternate of choice? So, what do I mean by that? First of all, imagine that you are going down a road and you see the road splits into two paths. You can go right or you can go left, right? Which one are you going to choose? And the reality is, what happens is when you ask that question, or when someone is going down a path and they go right or left, they have to choose one or the other. Or in their mind, the choices are basically this or this. There's not turning back. There's not moving. There's not going off road. These are the two choices like we create, that we want to do one or the other. But the reality is there's more than those choices. Hi, Abduz. How you doing? Great to see you. Thank you for tuning in. Great to see you. All right. So why we're talking about this today, why is this important? Because understanding this language pattern is very, very powerful when you want to direct the mind effectively. Which way do you want the mind to go? So it's very, very powerful in directing the mind. Now, I'm going to give you a couple of examples, right? If you're giving someone a choice, you say, hey, would you like medium or large fries, right? It's not, do you want fries? It's not like, do you want something else? It's like, what size of fries do you want, medium or large? So they're giving you an alternative choice, so you only see those two. If you go to a restaurant and they give you a menu, your choices are what is on the menu. It doesn't even occur to you to ask for something that's not on the menu, right? Like you don't order most of the time, right? Or not eat, or etc. You just sort of say, I'll have one of these things. Okay. So if someone says to you, hey, do you want to meet Tuesday or Thursday? Or if you're talking to your friend and it's like, hey, do you want to go to dinner or should we go to a movie? It's not, shall we go and play football? It's not, shall we not do anything? It's either one of those two things. So alternates of choice are very, very powerful. Abduz is coming in from Oman. What's up? Woo! Yes, my hometown, Oman. Love it. All right, cool. So this is where you see these naturalistic examples, right? Now, I'll tell you how I initially discovered this. When I started doing this in sales, and by the way, a lot of salespeople do this as well. A lot of companies do this. It is a hypnotic language pattern. They may not realize it's a hypnotic language pattern, but it is. A lot of salespeople do it. So when I was first in sales, I would go up to places and I would be speaking to different customers, and then at the end I'd be like, okay, so do you want to do it? And when I'd ask if they'd want to do it, what is the choice? Is either yes or no. And so I would get a lot of no's, right? And what happened is my trainer, a guy by the name of Richard Long, he saw me doing this one day and he said, Muneer, what are you doing? Why are you asking people if they want to or not? Give them a choice. And I was like, but the choice is, do they want to or not? And he was like, no, do this. Give them a choice of how they want to sign up. And I was thinking, how do I do that? And I swear to you, this is literally all I did. But first of all, I realized, oh my God, all I need to do is not ask if they want to or not. I give them a choice of how to do it. And so I went and I started changing this to, instead of at the end, say, do you want to do it? I'd say, okay, cool. So that's my presentation. Would you like to sign the paperwork over here, or shall we go inside the house and sign it there? And that was my alternative choice. Either way, they sign up. Would you like to sign up outside, like you sign the paperwork here, or would you like to sit at the table and do it? Either way, I'm getting the papers signed. And what happened is my sign up rate shot through the roof, because instead of asking if they did want to or not, I'd ask where did they want to do it, and they would say either here or there. And I was like, wow. And so I started to understand the power of choices. I understood that how powerful giving people a choice was in terms of getting a result. And so then when I started learning hypnosis and learning hypnotic language, I saw that a lot of these language patterns had come and originated from a gentleman by the name of Milton Erickson. Milton Erickson was one of the greatest hypnotherapists that had ever lived. And he studied language and how effective it was in creating changes within people. And he would give the same idea, the same concepts in terms of, would you like to this or that? But he would do it in other ways, like, would you like to relax now or relax later, or something, etc. And I was like, oh my God, this is what I did in sales. This is what I did in sales. So I learned how powerful it was. So I'm going to give you the Hypnotic Choices Framework. So if you want to apply this, and by the way, like I said, if you're a parent, you can apply this very effectively with your children as well, and you'll see it works a charm. So I'm going to give you a few examples, and you'll see how natural hypnotic language actually occurs in our everyday life as well. So first of all, the framework that I'm going to be sharing with you is the TOANAS framework. Okay, these are basically when you have choices that you want to provide, you want to use one of these, the TOANAS. Now, here's what I mean by that: time, order, action, number, area, size. So if I were talking about the time, right? So would you like to meet on Tuesday, or would you prefer Thursday? That's a time, right? If I was doing hypnotically, I will sort of say, will you relax now, or will you begin to relax in a minute? Or, something like that. Like you give an alternate of time. Is it now or later? Is it Tuesday or Thursday? Is it this afternoon or this evening? So you give an alternate of time. And either way, you're not asking if they want to or not, you're asking when they want to. So that's the alternate of time. Very, very powerful. Then the order. Okay, so what do I mean by the order? Which is basically which one will happen first. Okay, this is again very, very powerful with your children. Okay, so I'll give you a very quick example of what you do with your kids, right? You just sort of say, okay, what do you want to do first? Do you want to clean your room and then brush your teeth, or would you like to brush your teeth and then clean your room? It's not, hey guys, can you clean your room, or hey guys, can you brush your teeth? No, it's like, which one do you want to do first? Do you want, and you see the beauty of this system is you get the result in both situations, in all situations, right? Now, does it work every time with kids? You know what? No, sometimes it doesn't, but it actually does very, very effectively increase the number of times that it works. Because as soon as if you say, hey, can you clean your room? They won't pay attention. And you just sort of say, hey, what do you want to do first? Do you want to do this first, or do you want to do this first? And then they'll go, I want to do this first. It's very, very, very powerful. So again, so the first one was time. The second one was order. Which one do you want to do first? Okay. If in a hypnotic context, okay, will you slow your breathing and then close your eyes? or will you close your eyes and then slow your breathing? So that's like, which one are you going to do first? But do you see, language patterns are exactly the same as that happen in real life. It happens in sales, it happens in everyday situations. So you can see that. Okay, so that's the second part, the order. The next one is action. Okay, so again, it's similar to the example I gave earlier. Okay, so what do you guys want to do? Do you want to clean your room, or would you like to brush your teeth? Or do you want to go for dinner, or do you want to go for a movie? Like, you're giving them an alternate of an action that you can take. All right, so very, very powerful, very, very effective. What action do you want to take? Do you want to do this, or would you like to do that? Either way, you're doing something, right? So do you want to, my wife does this to me very effectively, actually. I just know, I probably taught her too much, so she'll be like, okay, what do you want to do? Do you want to hoover, or do you want to make lunch for the kids? And I'll be like, okay, I'll hoover. And then I'm like, how did she get me hoovering? What happened here? Right? It's so sneaky. She's taking too many of my videos. But so that's the next one, which is action. Which one do you want to do? Either way, you're getting something done. So very, very effective. Then the number. This is like very cool. Like, you just sort of say to someone, for example, would you like to buy one pack of hypnotic power words card deck, or would you like to get 3? That's like, I'm not asking you whether you want to or not. I'm saying, how many do you want? Do you want 1 hypnotic power words card deck, or do you want 3 hypnotic power words card deck? So would you like 1 pen, or would you like 4? Okay, so you want wings. How many wings do you want? Do you want 6, 9, or 12? That's the number, right? So it's not asking them if they want. You say, how many do you want? All right. Is it, are you going to come and attend the training, or is it for you and your wife? I don't know, you and your spouse, for example. So these are just different ways of like the number. All right. So then the area. And this is the example that I was telling you. When I was doing sales, I would say, okay, would you like to sign the paperwork here, or shall we go and sit at the table? Like, I didn't have 2 different things to offer them. I had one offer, but I'd say, would you like to sign it here, or would you like to sign it there? If you are talking to a client and you want to get them to take action, you just sort of say, hey, do you want to have the appointment at my office, or shall I come to you? These are just different ways that you can do area. Now, actually, give you a couple of hypnotic examples. Yeah. Now, do you want to slow for action? Do you want to slow your breathing, or do you want to feel your body relaxing? Those are 2 different actions, give you the same result, people relaxing, right? An area. And by the way, and when it comes to hypnosis, for example, if I was hypnotizing someone, I'd also get them to focus on a different part of their body, right? So I'd sort of say, okay, and which part of your body is beginning to relax first? Is it your arms or your legs, right? Like, that's an area, like but I'm giving them an alternate of choice, and they go into their mind and they start to say, which part of me is more relaxed, my arms or my legs? You see, you're giving people an alternate of choice. Next thing is size, right? A size or amount, for example, and that's McDonald's. McDonald's is using this on you. Ladies and gentlemen, beware, be warned. Hypnotic language patterns used by McDonald's. Would you like a medium or a large, right? That's an alternate of choice. That's a hypnotic language pattern. We know you're giving, it's not, do you want something else or whatever? It's just, do you want this or this? All right. So that's the size. Now, I might even, if I'm doing hypnosis, I might just sort of say, and I wonder if you feel the relaxation growing. Is there Is it growing over here or is it growing over there, etc.? But you're just looking at the size. So you give an alternate of choice on the size. So let me quickly recap the TOANAS framework, which is time, order, action, number, area, and size. All right. So these are all the different types of alternates that you can give to people. So, and that's basically it. And the phrase that pays, the phrase of the day is, will you do is not useful. An alternate of choice is fruitful. Let me repeat that. Will you do is not useful. An alternate of choice is fruitful. Now, quick couple of notes, because someone will say, "Oh, but that doesn't make sense. That's not all hip sense to you." On their own, and you'll notice them every day in reality, in real life. And because hypnosis is not magic, or hypnotic language isn't magic, but it takes existing processes and stacks them together to make an amazing dish. Just like if you have a slice of bread, this might be the lettuce, then you'll have a bit of tomato, then you'll have some cucumber, then you have cheese or whatever, etc. Let's say the bread is gluten-free for those of you that are gluten-free, etc. But you'll have different things and you just stack them together and then you make a dish, a sandwich. And that's the same with hypnotic language. Remember, what we're doing is each of these is an element that you will want to stack on top of each other in order to create an amazing dish. So, and just if you're looking for the overall hypnotic language framework, you will want to pick a theme. Let's say it's relaxation. Then you'll want to mark out phrases so people the unconscious mind can pick out patterns. So relaxation is a theme, and will you relax now or relax later? These are how I mark out phrases, and I use command tonality. Command tonality just means that instead of saying, will you relax now? You know, like, are you going to relax now? Am I asking a question? Are you going to, versus, will you relax now? I'm telling you to relax now, versus asking you if you're going to relax. Okay. And then you just stack phrases during the conversation. So that's the overall hypnotic framework. So the TOANAS model fits within that. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today. Remember, the phrase that pays, will you do is not useful. An alternate of choice is fruitful. I want to thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you appreciated it. Also, if you are interested in learning more about hypnotic language, learning more about language patterns, learning more about the mind and how we use language to affect the mind, that's what neuro-linguistic programming is all about, NLP. So I have an introduction to NLP webinar on Wednesday. Check it out at uaenlp.com. Other than that, I truly appreciate you. Thank you guys for tuning in. And I will see you on another video very, very soon. Peace out, one love, and I'll see you soon. Thanks, guys.